White pawn marches to e4. Black pawn marches to c5. White knight marches to f3. Black pawn marches to d6. White pawn marches to d4. Black pawn captures pawn at d4. White knight captures pawn at d4. Black knight marches to f6. White knight marches to c3. Black pawn marches to a6. White pawn marches to a3. Black pawn marches to g6. White bishop marches to e3. Black bishop marches to g7. White pawn marches to f3. Black knight marches to c6. White queen marches to d2. Black pawn marches to d5. White pawn captures pawn at d5. Black knight captures pawn at d5. White knight captures knight at c6. Black pawn captures knight at c6. White bishop marches to d4. Black bishop captures bishop at d4. White queen captures bishop at d4. Black kingside castling. White queenside castling. Black queen marches to c7. White bishop marches to c4. Black pawn marches to e5. White queen retreats to d2. Black bishop marches to e6. White knight marches to e4. Black rook moves sideways to d8. White queen marches to g5. Black knight marches to f4. White bishop captures bishop at e6. Black knight captures bishop at e6. White queen marches to f6. Black rook marches to d5. White pawn marches to h4. Black rook moves sideways to d8. White rook moves sideways to e1. Black knight marches to c5. White knight retreats to c3. Black rook marches to d6. White queen retreats to g5. Black pawn marches to f6. White queen retreats to e3. Black rook marches to d4. White pawn marches to g4. Black queen marches to a5. White king moves sideways to b1. Black knight marches to a4. White knight marches to e4. Black rook retreats to d8. White knight captures pawn at f6 and gives check. Black king escapes check at g7. White knight retreats to h5 and gives check. Black king escapes check at g8. White queen moves sideways to b3 and gives check. Black king escapes check at h8. White queen marches to f7. Black pawn captures knight at h5. White queen retreats to f6 and gives check. Black king escapes check at g8. White pawn captures pawn at h5. Black knight marches to c3 and gives check. White king escapes check at a1. Black rook marches to d1 and gives check. White rook captures rook at d1 and breaks check. Black rook captures rook at d1 and gives check. White rook captures rook at d1 and breaks check. Black knight captures rook at d1. White queen moves sideways to e6 and gives check. Black king escapes check at f8. White queen moves sideways to d6 and gives check. Black king escapes check at f7. White queen captures knight at d1. Black queen moves sideways to d5. White queen captures queen at d5 and gives check. Black pawn captures queen at d5 and breaks check. White pawn marches to b4. Black king marches to e6. White king marches to b2. Black king marches to f5. White pawn marches to a4. Black pawn marches to e4. White pawn captures pawn at e4 and gives check. Black pawn captures pawn at e4 and breaks check. White king marches to c3. Black king marches to f4. White king retreats to d2. Black resigns and white wins the game.